Hello, welcome back to another video. Today we are going to be looking at the McFarlane Johnny Silverhand second variant from Cyberpunk 2077. Now, I know I've already done a McFarlane figure, but this is another easy to talk about McFarlane figure, so I figure, well, this one should be easy enough to do. So this is another piece that I have. I've got some thoughts about it. So, starting off with accessories. Oh, also, I want to make something clear. A lot of figures in my collection just, for one reason or another, they're not sold anymore. I keep a lot of older figures and whatnot. So, to find figures like this, you really do have to do your due diligence as a shopper. You might find them on Walmart, you might find them on Amazon for anywhere between $20 to $50, So with that discretion out of the way, let's get into the accessories. So first off, we have his nuclear bag, this absolute surprise bomb here, it's a bomb made in a bomb factory. This is, of course, during Silverhand's rather awesome Ted Kaczynski-esque outburst where he goes and assaults Arasaka Tower. That's what this figure is based off of, hence why he comes with the bag. Usually you just let him hold it here, or you can sling it around. It's harder to sling it around because he's got extra shit here on his elbow. Then moving on to the base, same procedure. All the other ones, it's just got the Cyberpunk logo on it. It's fine. Now, here is our first point of contention. You stay there, motherfucker. Don't move. Don't fucking do it, Silverhand. Keanu Reeves, man, you need the spirit of Keanu. Come on, man. Work with me. Alright, so first point of contention here is his gun. Now, I am very familiar with the Malorian arms gun here. I forget what the exact name is, but it's Malorian something. It's this really cool badass gun that he does all this twirling shit with, and it shoots fire and shit, so cool. But if you look at it, well, it's supposed to be a hollow red piece of plastic at the grip. The grip of the gun, so automatically this gun is inaccurate. They must have used like a reference photo or something. But the overall design looks fine, it looks like the gun, it's just the colors and shapes aren't there at the bottom. But even throughout here, it's very inaccurate, very inaccurate. But it looks cool, I guess, from afar, and especially considering that he's always going to be holding in this hand anyway. Because that's the hand it's easier to hold in, You're never going to really notice it, but even then still, when you take it out of his hand, you're going to notice, shit, it's not red. Well, moving on to the figure itself. So, yeah, starting at the top of the head, we have something that looks, I don't know, like Johnny Silverhand, Toy companies are never great with the face, and sure, it's not as bad as fucking Hasbro with their face scanning shit, where they've got straight up Mandela catalog alternates, or whatever the fuck happened to that Pamela, or not Pamela, the one princess from the prequel trilogy movies. I forget her name. Natalie Portman. Holy shit, dude. They made her so chopped. But yeah, so here we got the nice red glasses. They're cool. Beard. Rather sizable nose. Interesting. I wonder if he's a banker in his off time. You got these luscious locks here, this nice black rocker hair, pretty decent, I guess. There's a bit of paint shit here. I don't know if that's an accident or if this is supposed to be, because this is the second variant, I forget. Moving on, we've got this really nice sculpted vest, dude. It looks so fucking cool. This is like NECA quality, back when NECA used to be cool. So cool. You even got the dog tag sculpted on. You got some patches and shit. This is such a cool fucking vest. Then going back, you got the samurai logo. So cool. Moving on to the one arm here, it's just generic plastic arm, nothing too much. You got the tattoos, though, that look kind of cool. color-coded one. Let's see, can we get it on camera? Yep, there we go, bazinga. Got that. Got a bunch of more tattoos on his hand / rings. It's really a decent pose. You can get it in there. I mean, the pistol guard broke a little bit on mine, but it's nothing too noticeable. I don't know if you'll even see it on camera. There's a little seam there where it broke, but it's nothing like uber major. McFarlane's never been too good with pistol guards, I suppose. So, then moving on to the next arm, you got this pretty decently sculpted arm. Actually, it's really good. The sculpt is a bit of a problem, but I will get to that in articulation. So, you know, you got this pretty decent arm. You get the cool nano, like almost crisis nanosuit-esque hexagon plating there. You got the 2 jagged spikes, which, you know, interferes when you're trying to sling it over. You can do it. It's just a pain in the ass to get in there and get off. You know, more of the wires and vents. You know, pretty cool, pretty cool. Then his signature silver hand. And you got this belt, also really nicely done, dude. Again, NECA quality. Nothing much going on under the vest here. It's just a black shirt. Nothing too special. You know, you got some really decent pants. These are some pins, not the worst. It's an action figure, you know. If you want that articulation, you're going to get fucking pins, bro. You know, pretty nice, you know, sort of wash here. These do look like really cool cowboy pants. And then it gets really good here. You know, you get this nice dry brush, airbrush looking effect here. It's really fucking good. Really good. Don't know if my camera's getting it, but then you get these pretty decent boots, you know, pretty cool boots. The heels and whatnot. So, all right, for articulation, the head sculpt, the sculpt does limit things a bit, especially on the head. You can't really look down or up. You can really only tilt it a little bit, but mostly like it's used to like swivel. Again, the signature beautiful butterfly joints, you know. Now, sometimes the plastic sculpt does hinder with it sometimes, but it also makes it, you know, look really seamless too. So what the fuck? There's a fucking fly in here. Where the fuck did he come from, dude? Dude, I'm just reviewing this fucking bomber motherfucker, and then I've got some fed fucking fly fucking surveilling me, man. Shoo, motherfucker. Anyway, you know, arms move pretty far up and down, forward, back, you know, the whole 9 yards. Beautiful double bend, beautiful double bend. You can get him in some really great fucking poses with this guy. Bro, no. Get him in some really good poses with this gun and shit. The hands, I don't like to fuck with the hands too much because it's often hard. I don't like these hand joints on McFarlane figures. You know, they go forward, back. You can also swivel them. There's 2 modes of swiveling. You can swivel the wrist, and then you can swivel at the base of the wrist, but I'm not going to do that. Now, this arm's a little different. You know, this arm's got a nice bicep swivel. Always good to have those. This arm doesn't, and it's only got a single bend. No double jointed bend, dude. So, yeah, even though it is sculpted here, where it could look like there's a swivel, there isn't. No swivel. Yeah, that's pretty bad. You know, because this is a soft, like, rubbery, malleable piece, you can get them to go reasonably far forward, I suppose. And then, holy shit, dude can just fucking break his back. Limbo, dude. Took him to the fucking chiropractor. You know, you got a swivel there, ratchet. It's like a ratchet joint underneath there. Legs. Have him do the fucking splits. Forward, back. Pretty sure there's a slight bicep, or not thigh swivel. Double bended knees. They're kind of stiff, but that's all right. You know, the boots don't move very far because the sculpt, they only swivel, and then a bend at the toe. Now, despite this figure's problems, it's still a decent rendition. You know, nobody else did cyberpunk figures. I mean, are you gonna shell out fucking $200 for a Hot Toys? Fuck no. Especially of Johnny Silverhand? Fuck no. So if you just want something semi-cheap and decent to get, this is fine. This is good. You know, there's another variant out there, but he doesn't have the gun and shit. You know, it's just a guitar and a bottle of booze. So other than that, I'd say if you know where to look for these, you know, eBay, Amazon, Walmart, you could luck out, get them for 20, or worst case scenario, buy them for 50 or somewhere in between or above. I don't know. With that said, I'll see you all in the next review. Bye.